test driving the 2024 Model 3 Performance. We got the back camera, and unfortunately we don't have the front camera, but you still got the sensors right here. Well, camera vision system, so no more ultrasonic sensor either. The stocks are gone, but I've gotten pretty used to those since I have the Cybertruck, but it takes a little while to get used to if you're used to the stocks. And we're good right here. Let's go up here. So the buttons here, people do complain about these signals. They are capacitant buttons, so they don't always work very well, and some people, it gets stuck. They have to kind of push the other way and then push back, so it's meh. All right, we're gonna punch out right here. Let's see the performance power. Yeah, it's got some good punch to it, and I love it. It's such a sporty, nimble car. Speaking of sporty and nimble, you got a Miata right there. So we have a Tesla Model 3 Performance. I feel it's kind of the equivalent, right? It's track focus, it's lightweight, and it has over 500 horsepower. It's insane. I mean, I have the Cybertruck. It does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, but I feel like the Model 3 has lightness and more nimbleness to it than the Cybertruck. So here we go, green light. We're gonna punch it right here. Let's go. Let's go! Whoa! Woo! Oh my gosh, it feels good. It feels good. It's punchy. It's punchy. That's the great thing about this light car. So the Cybertruck is actually faster, 0 to 60, because it does 2.6, but you feel the momentum have to build up. You don't get the instant punch that you have with this one. And another thing about EV is that when you're lower on battery power, like this is 35%, it does limit your punch. So if this was at like 90 or 100%, you would get so much more punch. The screen now has a smaller bezel than the previous Model 3 and the previous Model Y, but it's the same size, so it feels more modern because the bezels are smaller. But refresh rate wise, oh, it's a little bit faster. I like that. Sweet. All right, cool. So maybe we'll go down here and then we'll go back up. So they told us they're super busy with the Model 3 Performance test drive right now. Shout out to Tesla owner of Silicon Valley for setting this up. Basically, in the Bay Area, they pulled in all the Model 3 Performance and they kind of align them all so that they're all here today, so we can punch it like that on the road. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing, and everything is just so lightweight and nimble. The build quality of it is good. Now people always ask me, is the Model S or the Model X better? And right now, at this current exact time point in 2024 in June, I would say it's hard because the Model S is kind of outgoing. All the technology is about to get updated, whereas this Model 3 has all the latest technology already incorporated into it. The Model 3 and Model Y has better build quality in general, and this Model 3 has even better build quality than the Model Y compared to the Model S and X. Why? Because the Model S and X are limited number compared to the Model 3 and the Model Y. So that limited Tesla's ability to really fine-tune the process to build them out as well as they have fine-tuned the process for building the Model 3 and the Model Y. It's funny because the Cybertruck, I think, is the best built of any Tesla. I'm sure somebody will argue with me and say, oh, but the body panels don't line up. I think the fit and the finish and the material of the Cybertruck is really good, and the Model 3 here has good fit and finish. I will say that I don't like the lack of the stocks, and that makes it very inconvenient on the Model 3 Highland or the Model 3 Refresh. The reason why is, unlike the Cybertruck, when I make this U-turn, you'll notice that I have to turn the steering wheel hand over hand, which means this signal control will be down here, up here, all over the place. So that's a little inconvenient when you try to put all the controls on the steering wheel, but you don't have steer by wire yet. So steer by wire is that technology in the Cybertruck that allows you to do lock to lock and not have to do hand over hand turning. So you'll see when we do this turn right here, this does have the ambient light just like in the Model 3 long range and the Model 3 standard range. The thing about these lights is they're not very bright. So if you want to turn them on, you got to go to the lights right here, and you can see the lights right there and they turn on, and they're kind of dim unless you're on the screen right here. A hack, I think, what people say is that if you turn on the, I'm not sure how to turn it on, but anyway, let me go ahead and turn right here. So you can see the U-turn right here. You see how I have to do hand over hand, and then the signal is all over the place, and we can punch it right here again. Wow, it has some incredible power. This thing is insane how fast it is. It's ludicrous, right? For a lack of a better word. The suspension wise, it does have the new Model 3 Performance Adaptive Suspension, and it's a smaller, lower car, so you're gonna feel the bumps a little bit more than on the Model Y, but it is a very comfortable ride. It's sporty. Some people will say, I want the best of the best. Well, there's not a really best of the best. Model 3 is more sportier, in my opinion, than the Model S. And you can't have it all, really, because the Model S, although it's more powerful, it's more luxurious, it doesn't feel as lightweight and doesn't feel as nimble. So that's the beauty of this one, is that it's quite nimble. So let's punch in here again. Here we go. Oh my God, the launch is insane. Oh my gosh. It is insane how fast that launch is. All right, we're gonna turn right here. Sweet Olive Way, and turn in. Just kidding. It has really good grip. I'm not gonna push the limits on this road right here. So with the Cybertruck, it's funny because although the Cybertruck has better acceleration because it's so heavy, when I take these turns right here, even at like pretty much normal speed, you can hear the tire squeaking. You won't hear that on the Model 3 Highland Performance unless you really push it. The seating position is lower than the Model Y. So here's another question that people always ask. Should I get the Model 3 updated refresh, or should I go for the Model Y? And with the Model Y, it's not the refresh, right? However, if you have a family and you need to put car seats in the back, or you have a lot of luggage, or you want to use a lot of cargo space, you gotta get the Model Y, because the Model 3 is limited. The Model 3 is not quite as spacious as the Model Y. The best solution is wait for the Model Y refresh. Man, I want to drive this all the time. I want to keep driving it, but it's not my car, so we have to return it and let other people get a drive because they're very busy right now. A little bit more. Don't scratch those new performance wheels, but there we go. All right, so that was the quick test drive of the Model 3 Performance, the Highland version. Is this a good car to get? Absolutely. For the price, this is an amazing value, especially if you are eligible for the tax credit. It's such a good value. Like literally, I can buy 3 of these for the price of a Cybertruck. Now, is it the same as a Cybertruck? Absolutely not, because the Cybertruck is rare, it's unique. It has a 0-16 2.6, it has a capacity of a truck bed, and it has just huge presence, and it's unique and it's special. But this will sell like hotcakes. If you are interested in getting a Tesla, I think the Model 3 Performance is a no-brainer. Unless, like I said, if you have a big family, you may want to consider the Model Y right now with the lower interest rate. But anyway, that's the quick demonstration of the Model 3 Performance test drive. It's a nice vehicle, and I think it's definitely worth it. If I didn't have the Cybertruck, I would definitely get one of these, or 3 of them for the price of a Cybertruck. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below.